Father, that they have something to say on their heart. And Father, I thank you that you speak through every one of them. Bless this webinar today, Father. Open the ears of all those who are going to be listening. And we just thank you for favor and the gift and the calling that's on each and every one of these children's lives to be producers, directors, and influencers in the world. And we thank you for the change that this video is going to bring. Amen.
Amen.
So, hi, my name is DJ Wildstyle, and I'm joined by my friends and fellow entertainers. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we'll be starting or continuing conversations about the state of the world, the injustices in it, and what we as teens, allies, and youth in solidarity can do to better our situation in the world. Before we get started, there are a few rules for this session so that everyone can focus on the person whose chance it is to talk. We will be muting all other participants. Please type any questions you may have in the chat box, and after our opening statements and interviews, we will try to get as many of them as possible. When I'm addressing you to the participant, please make sure to include how you would like to be addressed, such as your name and your preferred pronouns. Lastly, we will not be using any questions or comments that have racial slurs or curse words, so let's try to keep it clean and respectful. These rules are posted. Many of you have personally experienced or virtually witnessed the influence of systematic racism in your lives, most recently expressed by police brutality resulting in violence and death. Recently, we've seen protests and other action being taken to combat these injustices that have been happening for centuries. We are here to answer a question today. What can we do? Again, I'm about to talk with a few entertainers, then there will be an open space for the viewers to talk and ask questions about their experiences and ideas. First, I'm going to introduce everyone and then ask what gives them strength or hope during these times. So first up is Paul Michael Williams. Paul Michael is an actor, performer, and philanthropist. He can be seen on Disney Channel as Ned on Sydney to the Max and in movies such as the 1517 to Paris, about finding strength and to be courageous in difficult situations. You can hear his voice on Spirit Riding Free and Dragon Rescue Riders. And he's also one of the best people to go to Six Flags with, speaking from personal experience. So, Paul Michael, what gives you hope?
Hi, everybody. Thank you. I just want to say first, thank you to DJ Wildstyle and Jack for putting this together. It's really meaningful. I say that what gives me strength during these times is simply chatting with friends and family and letting them know your perspective on the situation so you feel that you're not in it alone. Because as people have been saying, this has been going on for a while, and just having voices to back up your voice can really give you that strength and give you hope that this will be over soon.
Thank you for sharing, and definitely I think a lot of people in here, and especially me or including me, can relate to supporting friends during this time and even supporting communities you might not always understand or friends you might not always understand, but always being there to listen, even if you feel you can't give advice or you don't know what it's like. Just being there to listen really feels nice. And also, next up, we are going to introduce Angelina Palma. So Angelina Palma is a model and actress. Some of her work includes TV commercials for Bagel Bites, Lifetime, and Nickelodeon, modeling for various apparel, including Gap, Justice, and Converse, among a few. She has also walked in runway shows and shot for many editorials in magazines. Angelina, what gives you hope?
Okay, so for me, what gives me hope is that people are listening more than ever, and there are so many platforms where you can just give your opinion on what's going on and just let your voice be heard. I think that's amazing because you can either like spread it on social media what you're feeling, or you could even like go to a peaceful protest, or maybe even just speaking to your family. But I know that that's what gives me hope, being able to talk to people and tell them what I'm feeling. So yeah, that's what gives me hope.
Again, appreciate you sharing. So next up is Jack. Jack is an actor, director, producer, and a producer from Brooklyn, New York. He just got nominated for 2 awards, one for the Young Entertainer Awards and the Youth Artist Award for his performances in the short film Homecoming and a project he directed and acted in, Away. Congratulations. During this quarantine, he is organizing creative projects and this awesome event tonight. So thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of it and being this wonderful, wonderful moderator. What gives me hope are events like these where people can sit down and talk about it and, you know, share what they're feeling and, you know, like everyone else said, talk with their families, go to a protest. But I think important, you have a group of people to talk about it and be respectful, you know, very open to, you know, different ideas and different ways to learn. And that's one of the major things we gotta listen here, like listen and learn, you know, this is what we're here for, to listen and learn. So I think things like these are what give me hope.
So next we're going to be talking to Tessa Espinola. She started her on-camera acting career in 2015. She is best known for her guest roles on Disney Channel's Bizaardvark and Nickelodeon's The Thundermans. She has acted in several feature films, a few pilots, and almost a dozen films, a music video, and several voiceover projects. Now, I'd like to hear, what gives you hope during these times?
What gives me hope during these times is mainly just knowing I have people there for me, and I have people who support. I'm gonna take these step by step. So in quarantine, what gives me hope is just knowing I have friends I can talk to, and even with all this stuff that's been going on right now, just having people I can talk to and express my feelings about, and being a person that other people who are either struggling or just have something they need to just get off their chest and vent about, and being able to be that person for other people. And that just gives me hope that we can still have these conversations, and just listening, just being able to listen to other people's opinions, and being able to voice my own opinions. And that just gives me hope about this whole situation.
I'm glad to hear it. Next up is Dylan Duff, an actor, writer, director, producer, and philanthropist. He works on TV and film and won the Young Artist Award for Best Supporting Actor in a TV series for a show called Teens 101. Dylan is also the founder and CEO of his own production company, Purple Monkeys Pictures Incorporated. Dylan?
So thanks for having me here, first of all. It's a great opportunity and a great thing to be a part of. Like Jack said, these sort of events give me hope, because young people and people in general, seeing them use their voice to do something positive and try to change the world for the better is really inspiring. And as youth, we need to use our voices as a catalyst for positive change, and that's what we're doing. So these give me hope, these things.
Definitely. And just hearing all of your guys' voices has been really uplifting, and to hear so many positive things. Now it's on to Theodore Barnes. Theodore is an actor who can be seen on many TV shows ranging from platforms such as Nickelodeon, Disney, Amazon, ABC, and many more. Please check him out on Netflix. His show's really good. They made me laugh. His career also includes commercials and voiceovers. So Theodore, what gives you hope?
There's a lot of things that give me hope. I would specifically just have to go with, God and my family, just knowing who you do it for and why you do it really, gives you the strength to do anything, speak out about anything, whether it's going on now or in the past or in the future. So I'll definitely have to go with my family.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And this next question is for you, which is, I hear some adults saying that life is so much better now than when we were their age. Do you think there's already justice in your eyes? And if not, what steps can we as individuals take to combat the systematic racism and issues that have been embedded in our society for so long?
Well, I don't think life is necessarily better. now than it was back then. I don't know if you guys saw what Will Smith tweeted, but he said racism is not new; it's just being, broadcasted and televised. And this thing that we have here is real powerful. Without this, I'm willing to bet there'd be a lot of people that wouldn't know about the George Floyd situation, and a lot of things around the world. So I don't necessarily think that life is better. We may have better things, better technology, but racism has always been a thing. It's always alive. Whether it's coming out of someone's mouth or it's an action. And what can we do as people? These things that we're doing now, we're protesting. We're getting we're letting our voice be heard. But I personally think it has to come from higher up, because we can protest and we can walk and we can do a whole lot of things, but the people that really have the power to say it's got to end, it's got to be from everyone. So I think that's probably my opinion on that.
Thank you so much. And sort of just coming off of that is for Jack, it seems like there's a lot of people saying that our voices can't be heard, that they won't be. What do you think about this? What do you think it takes to be a good ally or youth in solidarity at times like this?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think one of the major problems in the world is that not our voice, but voices in general aren't heard. For centuries, we see time and time again that the labeling and who has rights and who doesn't. And I'm a believer that it's time to change that. We are all equal, we are all humans, and we all have the right to voice our thoughts and our opinions. I do believe in respecting others' opinions by listening and learning. Our generations and the ones to come have the power to use so many platforms, like Theodore said, with our phones, to make difference, as long as everyone is able to open up and see everyone's point of view without judgment. We can be a strong ally, especially in times like this when we're capable to see the truth, behind the matter. If we all connect together and work hard researching, putting together groups in different communities to educate others, we can make an impact. We can't go out to vote, but we can go out and encourage those that can vote to use the time to research and help them by providing information. There are a lot of resources now. As teens and youth start to understand the importance of everything that's happening, the root of the problem and what needs to be done to make the change, I know we will make a difference. But the first thing we need to understand is that we are one voice no matter our backgrounds. I want to take this time to say to everyone watching at home that it's important we all stick together and be able to voice our opinions, but also carefully listen, learn, and respect each other. So yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you. Absolutely. And again, we've been talking about going out to protests. Angelina, do you have any experience with that at all?
Yes, I actually have experience from going to a protest. My mom had been going to protests all week, and I was finally able to go with her to one. At first, I was a little nervous because of the stuff that I had seen, like the news and stuff like that. But once I got there, it was actually very peaceful, and everyone was really unified. It was actually the most of all races that I've seen together before. It was amazing, and people were giving speeches. Black men and women were giving speeches saying how they felt, talking about what they like, everything they thought. And we also heard speeches from non-Black men and women standing by them and supporting them. And I really thought that was beautiful. And I actually recommend going to a peaceful protest if you already haven't, if you can. I actually have one written down. It's in Long Island. It's actually made for family and children, so it's safe. It's March for Black Lives. It's on Sunday, June 14th from 3 to 5 p.m. on Old County Road in Mineola. So if you're able to make it, go ahead. You can also search it up on Facebook. So if you can do that, I suggest you do. But yeah, that's what I have to say about it.
Okay. And definitely talking about that, coming from a perspective real quick, I'm going to quickly talk about something. My family has high risk members, and I also live in an intergenerational household or family. So I really wanted to go out and protest, but in order to keep them safe with the pandemic going on, I wasn't able to. And their safety from this virus is really a top priority for me. But I'm about to talk about some things you can do from home. So first, I've been doing my best to keep up with new information, and we all know it's coming out daily. I've also been trying to understand history and how we got to where we are today. If we don't learn and talk about history in order to break our cycle of injustices, it will repeat itself. And I've always believed education is power. The next thing is using your knowledge to act. But how do we act? How do we act if we don't know we're making a difference? We are. I know that things I post on my Instagram are heard by my friends, family, and fans, but the organizations that I actually want to hear my voice aren't looking at my personal Instagram. So I've learned about reading and signing petitions on change.org, and I encourage everyone to do the same. Another action is speaking out to politicians and government agencies that make policy and affect our everyday lives. For example, I've been following the Hennepin County District Attorney's Office on Instagram, and I've been commenting there. I see that with the pressure from so many angles, they've been forced into action to prosecute the people that killed George Floyd. Now, I know I'm too young to vote, but I would say if you're passionate about something, passionate about an issue, and you're in pursuit of positive change, I encourage you to use your voice to speak out to elected and government officials, even as teens. The last part is to donate if you have the means to do so. There's a George Floyd Memorial Fund, the ACLU, and Campaign Zero, which is an online platform and organization that utilizes research-based policy situations to end police brutality in America. There are so many places, and no amount is too small. Instead of getting friends a birthday present, maybe donate to a cause that they're passionate about. So we've been speaking about the United States, but I wanted to talk to Dylan. In light of curfews and the things happening in the States, are things different in Canada? Do you think there's something Canadian youth should be involved in? And if so, what are some resources you would recommend on helping making Canada a better place, like we are in the United States?
So, great question. Thank you. So it's definitely a bit different in Canada. We don't really have any curfews or anything going on. There are still peaceful protests and everything. We've got like a lot going on in Toronto where I live, which is great. But again, as you say, some people can't go out because of COVID, which is it's unfortunate. But if you can't get out, there are plenty of ways to help from home. And for Canadians, there are a bunch of places to donate if you have the means to donate, like Black Lives Matter Toronto or the Black Health Alliance, the COVID-19 Black Emergency Fund. There's also the Black Legal Action Center, which gives free legal services to low-income to no-income Black families, which is great. And then another way, which is really cool, is that you can donate if you don't exactly have the means to give your own money, is you can watch this YouTube video called Stream to Donate, I'm pretty sure is the name of the video. And there are a bunch of ads in it. So all of the proceeds from that video and from the ads in the video go straight to important organizations like Black Lives Matter and others in that area. So it's a great opportunity if you don't necessarily have enough money to donate yourself. So make sure to look at that. And when you watch it, don't skip the ads because then you won't be raising as much money. And then of course there are petitions you can sign and everything. A great website that you can go to find more information is thekit.ca if you're interested in more Canadian resources. And then I always encourage Canadians as well to donate and sign the petitions of the American stuff as well, because even if you don't live in America, like people in America are still struggling as well. So if you are signing petitions and doing that, maybe don't just stick to Canada and consider other countries, the US and anywhere else, because there are issues all over the world. So whatever you can do, because together we can make a difference.
Thank you. So Tessa, what do you think as a person in the industry that people in the industry should be doing, or you've seen or experienced, or just in general perspective from the industry on what's going on right now?
For me at least, I've never encountered anything horrible. So, but I feel like one main thing that's really missing right now is just we need to be kind and we need to be understanding of everyone's situations and not judgmental. And we need to listen to people because right now a lot of people are just voicing their opinions and not hearing different sides of things. So we need to listen and take in all the different sides, all these different situations. And like this can apply to like when you're on set, if there's a little disagreement or someone's not getting their fair share or whatever the possible situation is, we really just need to listen and comprehend and reply with kindness and find a new understanding.
And I definitely agree, and I believe everyone on this panel would agree that racism isn't just in one place. It's definitely a sort of global spread disease that has been embedded in so many societies. And with that being said, Paul Mikkel, do you have a message you wish everybody would hear?
Yes, I do. I actually sort of have two here. Number one, don't let this be a trend. And what I mean by that is don't join the cause just because you want more followers on your Instagram or you want hashtags to go around and you want to be popular. People are actually dying to this, and I would love it for everybody to partake in it because they want their voices to be heard and they want this to be over. Second thing is I support peaceful protests, and even if you are stuck at home because of the pandemic and you don't want anybody in your household to get ill, or you don't want yourself to get ill, I feel that you can still make a difference. You can donate, like Sedek and Dylan have said. You can donate to Black Lives Matter. You can donate to Grassroots Law, which is an organization in the same general area. And I feel that even a phone call to someone that is up for a Senate that has the same beliefs as you, that means just as much as somebody else who can vote for that person. So I feel like do whatever you can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope everybody watching, everybody at home, takes in everything people on this panel have said. I think all of it has some really important sentiments that people should know. But I just want to quickly give some parting words, which is thank you everyone for attending and listening. To take action, there are many things you can do, and fighting injustice is not a one-way lane. To reiterate what people have said, most importantly, the first thing to do is educate yourself. You can go to protests or sign online petitions at change.org. If you have the means, there are places you can donate, such as memorial funds and organizations that work towards wellness and justice. You can comment and follow the Hennepin County Attorney's Office on Instagram to learn about updates for getting justice for George Floyd and so much more. There's so much injustice that there's always opportunities for us teens to take a stand. Educate yourself and spread the knowledge you know. Also, listen to people's experiences and allow spaces for differing opinions, identities, and communities to speak their truths. We can all make a change. Find what you're passionate about or issues that lack justice and speak out about them. You can write to local politicians and so much more. We are stronger together and can make the world a better place for everybody. Thank you again. Goodbye, and si se puede. Yes, we can. Make sure to check us out. This is on multiple platforms. Thank you for all your support and watching. I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, depending on what platform you're viewing us on. And please share this with your community, friends, and family.